In episode 3, over at the dealership, business is not going well at all. Amanda had their marketing company scrap the whole karate gimmick for the time being because they need business to tick up. They're going to have trouble making quota, and they know the car manufacturers aren't going to be happy with them. And as they're having the conversation about how business is not exactly booming, Tom Cole and Anish walk through the door because Tom Cole wants to buy LaRusso Auto Group. He has an offer for Daniel, but it's not a great one. And Daniel tries to play it off like business is fine, but it's obviously not. But this offer could help Daniel get out of debt. And as they're discussing this with Tom Cole, Anish and Louie are outside of the office, and Anish reveals to Louie that Tom Cole reached an exclusive deal with Doyona, and this possible deal could put LaRusso Auto Group under. So as soon as Tom Cole leaves, Louie tells Amanda and Daniel about it, and Daniel goes to meet with Anish. Now, the good news is Anish is talking to him again, but the bad news is what Anish was telling him was correct. So Daniel formulates a plan, and that night they call in Tom Cole to tell him, we're not taking your offer. Tom Cole tries to do a big reveal with the Doyona deal, but Daniel cuts him off saying, yeah, we know about it, and gives a wink to Anish. And Tom Cole turns around realizing he's been betrayed, and Anish says, well, forgot to tell you. Daniel offered me my job back, and I'm going to go with him because, one, he knows my name. Tom had been calling him a wrong name the entire time. But also because he's not a douchebag. So Tom Cole leaves, saying, if you want to sit here and play violin on the Titanic, be my guest. But Daniel's plan isn't concrete. He's going to fly to Japan and try to talk Doyona out of the deal because the deal doesn't kick in until the end of the month. Now, over with Johnny, after he got kicked out of the hospital by Miguel, he goes on yet another bender, interrupting one of Tommy's sermons. Tommy has to use karate to shut him up, but after the sermon, the two sit down and have a talk about what the hell's going on with Johnny. Johnny tells Bobby that he's not allowed to see Robbie and Juvie because Johnny's currently on probation. You find out that the reason why Johnny's on probation and not actually in jail is because Bobby put in a good word for the judge. Johnny's just so frustrated because he was trying to be a better person, do the right thing, instill that in his students, and look where it got everybody. But Bobby reminds him, you do the right thing, not because it works out all the time. You do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. He also lets Johnny know that the detention center will let him in if he's accompanied by a member of the clergy, which Bobby is. So they agree to meet the next day to go visit Robbie. He also tells him that the church can help with Miguel's medical bills. The family's flying in an expensive surgeon, and it's going to put the Diaz's in debt. But the church's donation is going to be very small because they're still fixing up their roof. Johnny says thank you, but says, no, I'll figure it out myself. He tries to get a part-time job, but his record is getting in the way of that. And he's forced to go to the last person he wants to go to for money, Sid. And he walks in hat in hand, but Sid does what he always does. Starts bullying him, insulting him. And Johnny tells Sid, this isn't even for me, it's for Miguel. But Sid's insults continue, and he doesn't give him the money. But as Johnny is leaving Sid's place, he grabs a piece of art and uses that, selling it and getting the money. He heads to the hospital to pay off Miguel's debt anonymously, but the family sees him doing it. They thank Johnny for doing so, and he goes to leave. But Miguel's grandmother says, no, Miguel really needs you right now. Come pray with us. And the reason that Johnny had to leave was because he has to go meet with Robbie and Bobby. But instead of doing that, he decides to stay at the hospital and pray for Miguel. And this is yet another kick in the teeth for Robbie. Juvie has not been easy for him. Robbie can defend himself, obviously, but there are these three guys who basically run shit there, and they've been ganging up on him. So this visit from his dad was supposed to be a bright spot, but it turns out that his dad just blew him off yet again. But Johnny wasn't the only person that was trying to help Miguel with his debt, because Sam went to visit Miguel and found out about it. As she was leaving the hospital room, though, she ends up running into Eli, and Eli yells at her for having the audacity to stop by. But she tells Eli, I'm just here to help. And he says, I think you've done enough, princess. But that doesn't deter her. She gets Miyagi-Do and the school cheerleading group, and they organize a car wash. And the car wash is a big success. It's even covered by the news, which Robbie sees in Juvie. But when Cobra Kai finds out that they're doing this for Miguel, instead of being happy that they're helping out Miguel, they're pissed off, having the mindset that how dare they help out our guy, will help out our guy. So they wait until after the car wash is over, and they end up surrounding little Nate, taking the money, telling Nate, we'll let Miguel know this is from Cobra Kai, and then roughing him up big time. When the rest of Miyagi-Do finds out about what happened to Nate, they head over to the LaRusso's house to see if Daniel's there, but he's not. He's in Japan. But when Sam sees what happened to Nate, she knows that she has to reopen up Miyagi-Do. She tells them, Cobra Kai never stopped training, so we need to start to catch up. Some of the members are worried that they're going to get caught by Daniel, but Sam says, don't worry about my dad, he's out of town. Thank you so much for watching this recap. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Like the video if you liked it. Hit thumbs down if you thought it sucked. If you don't see the next video up in the end screen, don't worry, it'll be up soon. And please be nice in the comments section. Nobody likes being told they suck, even if it's true. Oh, and sharing's caring.